well.
Yep, so we do have the chat bans there. I shortened Pantheon's name because the screen region was not capturing the full name. So to make it clear, that is Pantheon. In case you're not familiar with the common shortened names or nicknames of champions. We're going to go ahead and continue looking at the client bans here. We see Malphite going out and Poppy. As mentioned, Poppy very strong. Alali also very well known for her Poppy play. Malphite, as we saw last game, very disruptive. So often banned. I was actually somewhat surprised last game that Malphite got to go through. And now we're looking at an Amumu ban. Amumu not only is a strong champion, but we have seen Armor just wreck some phase with Amumu before. A lot of players have picked him up, and if you play him well, if you get that right balance of ability power and tankiness, he's just a terror. He does so much damage. At the same time, he can, disrupt overwalls with that bandage toss. He has that AoE with Curse of the Sad Mummy, and he can just, really stick on you with that sustained damage coming out. Oh, that's health percentage damage too, based off of AP. So it's a lot of damage if you ignore it, and you have to lock him down. But then he's tanky. It's kind of the same situation as Malphite. Really good damage output, really good disruption, but at the same time, very tanky. So you kind of have to pick and choose the right targets in these team fights. Wukong coming out as the 4th ban in the client ban phase. And then Darius being followed right after. We mentioned Darius in the first game. Very notable ban in Dominion these days. Just really strong, and that reset ult mechanic. If he can get the chain off, it's just so terrible. Even if he only gets one reset, that's 2 sets, or 2 instances of massive true damage to the enemy. Very devastating in a team fight.
And that last ban looks to be Kassadin. For those of you not familiar with Kassadin, he is an extraordinarily mobile champion, and mobility is one of the big things in Dominion. When you play Dominion, I like to think, can I delay with this champion? Yes. Can I be mobile with this champion? Yes. If a champion's got those 2 things, they're a good champion for this game mode, and Kassadin has both of those. You can build him with a lot of tanky mana items like Odin's Veil, Frozen Hearts, to a little bit of a lesser extent, a Rod of Ages even. Give him a lot of mana to be able to use that Rift Walk to be active on the map. It gives him a lot of durability as well, and he has a absolutely brutal silence. So Kassadin tends to get banned out a lot for that. We're seeing an Ezreal pick on blind pick Bandito's side. I would not be surprised at all if they traded that over to Talith PA. Talith PA is a great Ezreal player. We saw High Peoples do a lot with Ezreal in the last game because of that arcane shift, the ability to sort of be either everywhere or nowhere. You don't know where Ezreal is going to be at any one time. When you fight him, he could be closer, he could be further away, he could be on the other side of the orange stand in the middle of the map. You don't know, but you know how much damage that he can do with his ranged attacks. And that arcane shift being in his pocket the whole time, it makes him able to deliver that damage very safely.
Ooh, we are seeing a Rengar being highlighted. Rengar did get through here. Will Feel the Vibe pull out the champion? Of course, there has been some tweaks with Rengar. They nerfed his kind of AP build, but at the same time, they, I will have to say they've buffed his AD build. A lot of it was quality of life changes, but some of it actually makes a huge difference in his playing. And we are going to see Rengar being locked in. We saw a slight switch up with Xin Zhao, but Onisei going with that Rengar, and Vayne being locked in for Feel the Vibe. Another really good AD carry for Dominion, but in a very different manner. She has that condemn, and there's just so many walls. Kind of the same situation with Poppy. You lock someone down, you got that true damage bursting with Silver Bolts, and you take out even the tanks of the game. And Tumble, of course, gives a little bit of mobility to run around the map.
And we're gonna see if they opt to lock in this Sona or not. They probably will. Zamike is known for being a support player, plays support champions, makes them look like they should be banned, and then I go play those same champions, and I'm like, this is so hard, what am I doing? It makes it look so effortless. The way he just kind of sits on the edge of fights isn't able to contribute damage into it. Oops, sorry, I hit my mic. I don't know if that made a noise or not. He does very well with Janna, does very well with Lulu, Sona. He's seeing that Sona locked in. I'm thinking seeing fight Sona maybe. Like to see a little bit of a sheen on her, give her that extra damage. It also gives her some mana, some AP. Good thing to have around. But I'm seeing a Singed and a Rammus highlight, Both champions very mobile, arguably the most durable champions. Defensive ball curl is just great. Tremors offers some nice AoE damage, and he has the speed. He's got that airborne. That taunt seems like it lasts forever. Singe has got those flings. You don't want to get those. He'll throw you into a tower. Or worse, he'll throw you into Vayne. You really don't want that. He throws you to Vayne. Vayne throws you into a wall. Not Renekton, Rengar out of the bushes. It's bad times. And he's got that poison as well. So Singe can definitely do some damage over time with that. However, looking back at Blind Pick Bandito's side, we see Ilalia. She's locking in as Fizz right there, one of the most bursty champions, and has that playful trickster for that. Hey, I'm just going to be alive. You thought you were going to kill me, but actually you can't target me, and I'm going to come down, I'm going to throw a shark on you. It's going to be really bad news. And a Parkhurst is, I believe, he was the second highest. He was like 2,600, in ELO for Dominion back when we still were able to track that. And he was probably the most, I wouldn't say best, but he's probably one of the most well-known Malzahar bottom lane players. Plays an excellent bottom lane, really good with Malzahar. And we saw a little bit last game how that AD Malzahar is really able to harass with that Voidling, use that damage from it. You can stay kind of safely back, let the spooky little puppy get out there and deliver that damage on your behalf. It's a really good thing. But we're seeing a Nunu locked in for Feel the Vibe.
So that's a lot of speed buffs on Feel the Vibe right now. We have the Powerball, we have the Insanity Potion, and then we have the Nunu with the Blood Boil. And then couple that with Vayne, who's going to really take advantage of their attack speed. I mean, even on Summoner's Rift, Vayne, Nunu, a formidable duo bot lane. Or even if Nunu's in the jungle, come teamfight time, just put that Blood Boil on Vayne. She's going to get to work once she has a couple damage items. Can skip a lot of that attack speed early on in the game and just utilize the skill. We'll see how that plays out. And I do want to mention one little thing here. As we are able to look at the summer spells when the delay goes through, there we go. We do see Singed carrying Ignite, had that surge, switched to Ignite at the very end, but going for a little bit more of an aggressive position here. Gonna go with that Ignite. They do have Sona on the enemy team, and in one way, I'm surprised Singe is the one with the Ignite, but at the same time, I'm surprised there aren't more Ignites, given that Sona is going to give a lot of sustain for the team of Blind Pick Banditos. On the other hand, we have 3 Ignites coming out on Ezreal, Fizz, and Malzahar, as there's a lot of sustain built in just individually on Field of Vibe. We have Singed, we have Nunu, who's going to, if he gets next to a minion during a team fight, he's going to be able to get that consume in. Rammus, of course, while it doesn't have too much sustain, it's just super tanky overall. It has a lot of armor and magic resist built in, so getting some true damage onto him is very useful. And Rengar has that 15% of his health life gain or healed through that W, his roar, once you have 5 stacks of ferocity. So we have the full lineup, so we have the summoner spells. This is once again Blind Pick Banditos on the blue side. We have Feel the Vibe on the purple team. Round 2 matchup. And whoever wins this, I believe, let me look at the bracket. Yeah, whoever wins this goes right on into the semifinals. So this is the quarterfinals. Round 2 quarterfinals between Blind Pick Banditos and Feel the Vibe. Take this chance to remind you guys, this is Dominate Dominion, powered by Cybersports Network, the weekly tournament here. We have a Facebook at facebook.com/Dominate Dominion, and if you go and give that a little like, by the end of the tournament, they're going to do a drawing and give out a Riot Grave skin out of any of the people who have liked the page on Facebook. You just have to like the page. It's not like anyone's status or anything. Just go to Facebook, go type in facebook.com/Dominate Dominion, and you'll see a nice little like button in the top portion of the page. Somewhere in the first bit that you see. I don't remember exactly where it is, but it's there. So click on it, and you'll have a chance to win Riot Graves. And if you don't have the champion, skin codes come with the champion, so no worries. You will get to own Graves at that point, which is super cool.
Yeah, Riot Graves is an awesome champion skin. I like it a lot. Reminds me of Police Academy. He's got that mustache, and he is properly flagged as having sunglasses. And if you don't own Graves, it gives you the champion as well. So if you don't own Graves, go ahead, go like the page. I mean, you'll get the skin. The skin gives you the champion. Graves does a ton of damage. I'm sure you've had to fight Graves and been like, man, this Graves is so good. I'm so mad I have to play against him. Why don't you play as him instead?
There you go. We're going to take a quick commercial break as we load into this game, but hang tight, guys. Blind Pick Banditos versus Feel the Vibe coming right up. See if I can skip this white screen of death. For those of you who don't get the commercials, sorry if you see the white. Also, I've actually never had my XSplit preview open during that transition or like on my monitor, so I don't know if the white goes on stream too, but it's very blinding, at least for me, so I do apologize. Just kind of how the game loads, but now we see the beautiful splash arts. Commercials are over for those who got it, so we can all look at the beautiful splash arts made by Riot. And there's that Arcade Sona, the special skin in commemoration of PAX this year. Of course, Pulsefire Ezreal, we all know that, I'm sure. Fisherman Fizz, pretty nice skin. And then we have Mad Scientist Singed, Vindicator Vayne on Feel the Vibe alongside Ninja Rammus.
Arcade Sona is just so happy. I like that skin so much. It's awesome. Like I said earlier on in the cast, but man, the art guys for League of Legends are amazing. I'm a big fan of almost all the artwork that's been done. I just want posters. So many posters. And loading into the game here. You're in that 8-bit hearing that 8-bit Sona music there. Okay, hold on. Aha! Alright, cool. Yeah, loading into the game, this is the... Where are we on? We're on the round of 8, right?
Yes.
Yeah, alright, we're on the round of 8 game. We have Blind Pick Banditos versus Feel the Vibe. On the left side of the map, we have Blind Pick Banditos. We have Zemike playing as Sona, Amber Soul playing as Blitzcrank, Talith PA playing as Ezreal, Ilalia playing as Fizz, and a Parkhurst playing as Malzahar. Chobra, who's our other team? And who's on that? Who's playing who? I got a
on
bug
that
splat.
purple
I'll be
team.
right back.
All right, on the purple team, or the red team as you see on screen right now, it's going to be Buddha Rice on Vayne, Oni Snake on that Rengar, MMKH on Singed, Fdrew or Fdrew on Rammus, and Armor for 812 MO12 Armor is on Nunu here, going to be going bot lane against that Malzahar. Nunu's gained a lot of recognition as a bot lane champion ever since his little buffs and tweaks of, couple, I would say it's like, what, been 2 months maybe? Fairly recent, given the age of League of Legends. And the battle has begun, as the announcer lets us know oh so kindly. Malzahar and Nunu going for those bottom lane turrets, while we see the rest going for a standard 4 up top, with one person from each team taking a little bit of time capturing that middle tower.
Red teams capture the boneyard.
Alright, I'm gonna get loaded back in as soon as I can. I got a bug splat. So I'll be back in a second.
We're gonna see, ooh, that grab barely missing Vayne from Blitzcrank. It's gonna be a 3v3 stalemate up here at the top for a little bit. Ezreal getting a lot of good poke in first though, and Fizz shows up, and here's Rengar. Vayne has taken quite a bit of damage. Vayne needs to watch out. Vayne's so squishy. If she gets grabbed by Blitzcrank, she's gonna get melted instantly by Fizz and Ezreal. Even Sona early on in the game. Singed also being brought down to half health. Ezreal with so much poke, and with that Sona aura coming in, it's gonna matter a lot. There's a grab. It's gonna go on to Singed, but it doesn't matter who the target is. Both champions, Vayne and Singed, solo to begin with. Rammus gets the taunt onto Ezreal, but there's the exhaust on Rengar. Rengar not able to pick up the kill. Ezreal jumps over the wall to survive. Meanwhile, Fizz gets a double kill chasing down Vayne, and now we see Ezreal trying to kite away Rammus, but he's got into Powerball mode. Can he pick up the kill alone? Ezreal's very low, and there's the defensive ball curl. Sona trying to come in, and my client has lagged out, so I don't know. Don't know what happened.
What?
I'm stuck here looking at Ezreal. There we go. So many things happened, and Ezreal is... I don't even know where he went. I think he died, and I think he revived because... Nope. I guess he... You know what? My client... I'm not sure if I can believe that revive timer, but Ezreal is back at base, and the windmill has been captured by Blind Pick Banditos. And we're going to see Fizz jump right in, get... or Rengar actually gets knocked out by Blitzcrank. They're trying to defend this 2 people against 3, but Sona and Ezreal show up together. The tower still gets neutralized. Power of minions cannot be ignored. Vayne trying to get the kill onto Fizz, but maybe trying too hard. Gets the shutdown finally with that last silver bolt, but is going to get taken down with the help of Sona here and Blitzcrank. Ezreal gets a double kill. The tower was neutralized, but they should be able to recapture the windmill in favor of Blind Pick Banditos once again. And Rammus has actually decided to come bot lane to help Nunu push out. Gonna use his ultimate here to push out the minion wave. That's a lot of minions pushing up against the quarry. Can Malzahar defend it alone? I mean, he does have a lot of AoE. He has that Malefic Visions, and the Voiding is going to help a lot. Minions spawn just in time to cut off the wave a little bit before the tower, so I think Malzahar should be okay for now, but we'll see how Nunu plays this out as the wave continues to pressure that quarry. Nunu blocking the fresh minion wave coming up from Blind Pick Bandito's side. Meanwhile, we see the 4 members of Field of Vibe gathering around the middle of the map, trying to pick off Ezreal, but they decide Blitzcrank is an easier target. Blitzcrank does not have a blink, so they're gonna jump right onto this poor robot. Vayne doing a lot of damage. Blitzcrank gets the grab to delay his death just a little bit, but Vayne's gonna get the kill. Meanwhile, Singed has been zoning out Sona, Fizz, and Ezreal all on his own, and now he's looking to maybe put out some damage, but there is a Storm Shot on Fizz. Fizz actually misses Chum the Waters because of that fling, and then gets taunted as he tries to jump over with that CISO trying to get pulled right back. Singe going back in with that poison trail, but there's a crescendo, but his goal was to delay the push as Vayne and Rengar have been focusing on the windmill. They get the tower, and now Rammus starts to fight a little bit away from tower range. They want to fight under the tower. Rengar a little bit too far. No help is going to be given there as he gets pulled back by Blitzcrank and taken out. Fizz, Ezreal, and Sona, are they going to keep pushing at this low health? I mean, they do have Sona, but Fizz very, very low, needs to watch out. Blitzcrank, of course, over the wall, looking for a pickoff, does not get the grab onto Vayne. Fizz jumps in and is going to get stopped by Rammus. And tower does help pick up the kill for Vayne. Blitzcrank comes in, gets the cleanup with his ultimate, and Ezreal going to get the kill credit alongside Sona. They will be able to recapture the windmill for Blind Pick Bandito. Singed comes up though. The neutral is there, but not the capture of Singed. If he can delay it long enough for Rammus to come up and help him out, they might be able to block it, but Sona and Blitzcrank going at it. Singed still blocks it. The poison trail is on, and Rammus shows up. Can he block it? Yeah, once again, stops the channel with his own channel on this neutral. Minions are pushing up, and the windmill gets captured by minions. And we do see Rammus chasing down Sona. They want to get the kills at this point before they push against Blitzcrank. Sona was solo. Rengar comes in to take that kill out. Rengar's going to start the channel as Rammus tries to lock down Blitzcrank, and they're going to trade off right away as Blitzcrank aggresses onto Rengar, turning around to pick up that kill against Blitzcrank. And are we going to see a capture as Ezreal and Fizz show up? Vayne trying to get the cutoff onto Ezreal though. Ezreal diving right in, no fear, trying to get an easy kill onto Singed, but not as easy as it seems as Rammus comes in with that taunt. Rengar doing a lot of damage. There's a fling from Singed. Might have been a little bit of miscommunication, takes him away from Rengar's damage range. Still goes down though. Meanwhile, Fizz is left all alone. He does get the kill with a quick burst onto Singed. Poison Trail brings him even lower. Is Vayne going to come through for that pickoff? Yes, one auto attack is all it takes.
And Sona coming up from the lower part of the map. Zamike up there. Finds Oni Snake, puts some damage on. Is Zamike going to go for this? He could. And no, he's going to get chased away by Buddha Rice's Vayne. He needs to run a little bit faster there. Zamike, I'm scared for you, man. Actually, I'm more scared for Buddha Rice now. What did Zamike do to that Vayne? Holy cow. Sona is pretty fight right here up at the upper part of the map. Buddha Rice lower on hit points than when he started. He's going to come around. He's going to maybe go for a Condemn. No. Sees Amber Soul. And no, he's going to go ahead and pop the ultimate and dive in there for it. Gets the Condemn off, but isn't able to secure the kill before Amber Soul is able to help Zamike take him out. And MMKH getting stunned right there, having to dance, step on those arrows. He gets taken down. 1v3. Not quite the way to play right there, but he didn't really have any other choice. He needed to lay that tower. And Oni Snake doesn't want any of that. He's going to go ahead. He's going to go somewhere else. He go for the bottom. Just narrowly misses being seen by Eulalia there. He's just speeding on down there as quick as he can. He's going to poke his head out, but no, he sees Parkhurst, and he's going to go ahead and duck back away from there. Eulalia is going around towards that speed shrine, wants to keep him away from there. Parkhurst checking that bush, make sure that no one is there. And Field of Vibe is hanging around the middle of the map there. MMKH going for that Storm Shield right now. Fadru hanging out in the bushes. What's going to happen?
Drew catches Blitzcrank and Ezreal, but they're going to back out. It's a 3v2 right now. They just want to make sure that Singed can get the Storm Shield. MMKH runs in a little bit willy-nilly here all alone. Drew trying to get the catch-off onto Fizz as Vayne is now up against 3 people. Rammus smartly getting the cutoff, but Chum the Waters lands, and look at that burst damage. There's the cleanup by Blitzcrank. Gets also the silence onto Rammus. Rammus did get his ultimate off before getting silenced. The channel helps put out some AoE damage, but MMKH realizes he's a little bit too late to the party, needs to run away as Oni Snake has decided to go for the back half during that distraction. He's going to get the neutralize on the Refinery and gets the bullet strike down onto Zemike, keeping that Sona lockdown, but Sona is not going to give up. They want to make sure that this tower at least doesn't get captured, while Ezreal and Blitzcrank are doing work to defend the windmill up top. Fizz has now shown up, so the Refinery will go back in favor of blind pick Banditos once again. 3-2 cap advantage, 416 to 333 is the current score on the Nexus health points, as we see in the bottom lane, Nunu and Malzahar constantly just trying to push each other out.
And Buddha Rice coming down from behind, though, going for that gank there. We can see it condemn right into that wall, though, and throws down the suppress on Buddha Rice. Armor is just going to kind of hang out and put on some auto attacks there and is able to take him down. Buddha Rice looking a little bit worse for the wear, a little bit gank susceptible. Maybe Sona's coming down. Is she going to go for the point? Yes, she is. She's swinging around on the backside. Zemike drops that Garrison right down, interrupts that cap. Fadru going for Zemike, but gets slowed, catches Zemike, gets the taunt, tries to pull Zemike around the corner, but Zemike's like, actually, Zemike thinks that's fine. He's going to go ahead and dive a little bit closer. He wants to get that interrupt. Misses with the ultimate, unfortunately, and they are able to secure the bottom point. But meanwhile, Ilalia is taking the drill while this is going on.
Yes, so many resources spent from Field of Vibe to try to capture that quarry, and they were successful, but that leaves Fizz open to get that drill neutralized. Fizz and Blitzcrank did pick up a kill up top to shut down MMKH. And we do see Rengar showing up now to help Singe recapture the drill, but that means they're gonna have less people here at the quarry, and we're already seeing the effects of that. Ezreal jumping in, wants to kill onto Rammus, an easy pickup with the help of that Ignite. 3 people channeling onto the quarry, quickly gonna go back in favor of Blind Pick Banditos here. They actually all gave up on the channel. A little bit of a miscommunication. Minions did help with the taking of that tower, though, and Malzahar is going to stick around to finish it off. Meanwhile, there's a Chum the Waters. MK in a lot of danger. Gets knocked up. A double knockup with Blitzcrank and Fizz. They're going to pick up the kill, but Vayne comes here for the cleanup on Fizz. Is she going to stick around? Dodges the grab as Sona shows up, and Oni Snake on Rengar just dancing around the sidelines here. They don't want to get into a fight just yet. It's 3v2. Rammus trying to speed up here as soon as possible. There's a bullet strike, but Blitzcrank's still going to catch up, and oh, he does catch up, but Rengar is going to run away with his stealth on that ultimate as Rammus shows back up. Mana Berry has been popped, so as soon as that ends, Blitzcrank is a super squishy target. Blitzcrank actually goes for the grab onto Rammus. Rammus is going to jump in. Mana Berry is down. Can Vayne get the pick off? Just 2 more hits should be enough with that silver bow. It's double kill for Vayne as we see Rammus and Vayne looking to maybe dive the Sona, but Sona is a very good defender. They want to dive not too early, maybe wait for Singe as Singe gets this home shield here in the middle of the map.
And Zemike is able to take down Buddha Rice if the situation is right. That's why Buddha is very, very shy of diving into that. But with MMKH up here, especially with that Storm Shield on him as well, it's just Ilalia and Zemike up at the top right here. So they're going to build that creep wave up a little bit. They're going to try and get that creep wave under the tower before Ezreal's able to get here. But Ilalia takes the initiative to jump out and go for Buddha Rice immediately and is able to put him down, but is not able to withstand fighting Singed and Rammus afterwards. They're going to go for that cap as quickly as they can. Try and get that neutral. Fadru got it. Got the point neutral. And Zemike looking really low on mana right now. Oni Snake up at the fight now to be able to dish out some damage. Going for Amber Soul, trying to get that Blitzcrank down, limit their disruption. Buddha Rice's Vayne back on the field now, keeping them back away from the point. Zoning Talus away from it there. And it looks like Field of Vibe is going to be able to pick up that top point now.
Meanwhile, Nunu's pressuring the quarry here down bot, but I don't think he's going to be able to get any sort of neutralizer cap just yet. We'll see how that 1v1 turns out, and maybe if either team decides to go for a gank. There aren't any objectives marked on the map at this moment, so no need to intentionally shift focus if you feel you're safe with that 3 cap, especially coming from the point of view of Field of Vibe. They've left Vayne up top, has good resources on health and mana, so just going to sit on the sidelines to make sure she can delay if need be, while Singed, Rammus, and Rengar are setting up here in the middle of the map. We do see that Rammus and Singed have been spotted.
That Hex Tech Sweeper on Zemike Sona, very good at revealing those areas and let them know exactly what was going on right there.
Singed has now taken to holding the fort here at the windmill as Vayne goes back to buy some items. Vayne's going to have that Phantom Dancer fully finished with a BF sword and a pickaxe, looking to get that Infinity's Edge. Not quite finished just yet. How will this fight turn out? They're going to go for the full defense first as Rengar has infiltrated the enemy lines with that stealth, jumps right onto Ezreal. Ezreal gets instantly burst out. Crescendo not enough to save Ezreal as Rammus gets the pick off, and Fizz has missed his Chum the Waters. Vayne is under the tower at low health, just trying to survive at this point, just helping out with damage onto Blitzcrank as Singed gets the kill, and Sona now has been stunned against the wall. Can Vayne survive long enough? No, Sona's gonna get the kill. Fizz now trying to retreat, but gets flung right back into Rammus. Rammus should get the kill right here. Singe is actually gonna get the last hit, and they're gonna chase away Sona.
Very good play by Oni Snake's Rengar there, going, just waiting, biding his time, looking around for a good opening, and then once he got it, absolutely destroyed Ezreal, and keeping Talith PA from being able to deliver that damage that he's known for having a proficiency in dealing is a very important thing, and really helped swing that fight in their favor. The top point, it getting neutraled now. Probably going, yeah, they're going to get a full cap, and they're going to be able to secure that point. For the moment, though, Feel the Vibe is grouped up in the middle of the map right now. Sona's still back at the base. Rengar goes out for Eulalia, lands some damage before she's able to get the Playful Trickster off, and gets taken out. That's pretty crushing right now. One of their main burst champions is going to be AWOL for this next fight. We got 2 going up for the windmill, 1 going in for the refinery. Vayne zoning Sona out away from that. The True Shot Barrage goes down to interrupt Oni Snake there. And up at the top, Fadru and MMKH are just staying on this tower. They're really trying to get Talith down. Able to land a taunt, but Amber Soul pulls MMKH away before MMKH is able to land that fling, although he is able to close the gap eventually and help take him down. Amber Soul's mana barrier is active, and Vayne was able to keep Zemike's Sona away from that point long enough to enable Rengar to capture the refinery. That 2-2 split, 2 going for the windmill, 2 going for the refinery, seems to have paid off in a big way for Feel the Vibe.
Wow, that burst coming out from Rengar. Rengar jumped right back in with his stealth. Vayne had to die, but kept Ezreal low enough at half health for Rengar to get an easy kill with a 1-2 combo with his abilities as he jumped out from that stealth. Now just trying to those bullet strikes just coming out, keeping Fizz away from this tower, but Sona has now shown up, so it's a 2v1. Is Rengar going to stay and maybe even get a kill? No, the Crescendo is going to keep him locked in as Chum the Water finishes off. Earth was hungry, and now we're going to see 3 people gather around this refinery. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mouser in a little bit of trouble trying to get the kill onto Nunu, but here comes Rammus. Nunu's in a lot of danger though. There's a Void Link, there's the silence, and here comes Blitzcrank. He's not happy. Nunu's still alive with a sliver of health. He's trying to run away, but Blitzcrank is coming in with that speed buff, and Mouser actually gets the kill with that AoE across the wall. Just needed half a tick there to finish off Nunu.
And Fadru is going to go ahead and back on out of there. Nunu, I don't know if you caught it, man, but he ate a Voidling right there. That's what gave him that sliver of health to stay alive with. Nice awareness there on Armor's part, being able to see that and being like, I can just eat this minion and be okay. Parker's, though, getting condemned into that wall. Fadru still not able to connect. It's 2 fights in a row. Poor little Rammus has such a hard time doing that sometimes. But it's good that he's there, because if things go wrong, he's always been right there in each fight to be able to pick things up. MMKH, though, in a bad spot up at the windmill, getting hit by basically every crowd control that Blind Pick Banditos has. And Singe dying to poison, which is a little bit strange, because normally he's the one doing that to other people. Oni Snake up there above the point, and he goes in, though, is able to secure the kill on Fizz and on Blitzcrank, gets the quick double kill, though, is taken down, though. There is a garrison thrown down on that top point to help keep it from being captured. Armor goes up there to delay, and MMKH now wants to land that fling, isn't able to get it at first. He wanted to throw Talith into that tower, but Amber Soul coming around from behind catches Nunu with that uppercut there, gets that airborne off, and forces them back to retreat onto the point. Talith hanging back, dealing that damage. Amber Soul got that mana barrier triggered, and misses with the grab, unfortunately. Was trying to pull Armor off of that point into enemy territory, but Zemike is able to land the crescendo right there, lock him down with a stun. And they're still pushing really aggressively up top. MMKH by himself here. However, Feel the Vibe has taken this opportunity to send 2 people down to the refinery, knowing that 3 of them were occupied up at the top, which forces Malzahar to come up from the bottom and Sona to come down from the top, which weakens their position in 2 different areas of the map. It makes their bottom weaker, and it makes their top weaker. And as a result, I think they're about to lose every point.
Yeah, Blind Pick Bandito's a little bit too scattered right now. Sona's going to get caught by Nunu, and Nunu could care less if he gets the kill. He just wants to keep Sona away. They are going to pick up the refinery. There's Chum the Waters, knocks Vayne completely up, but there's the taunt. Can Vayne survive? Vayne is going to live, running straight for that health shrine, and now they're trying to get a kill onto Sona, chasing her deep into... Oh, wow!
Oh, no!
Nunu gets grabbed away from that Absolute Zero into the base for a laser kill, and we are going to see Vayne finally being finished off by Ezreal, and we have Oni Snake on Rengar, but there is the game with a 5 cap coming out from Feel the Vibe.
If you would have asked me at the beginning of the day what would happen, how blind pick Banditos would do. Number one, I would have said they're going to make it to the finals. Number two, I would have said they are not going to get 5-capped under any circumstances. And here they are being eliminated in the round of 8 by Feel the Vibe on the receiving end of a 5-cap.